Boom. We're live. Welcome everybody watching on the replay to the Friday Live, brought to you by the Hood. This is Jimmy. I got my partner, Crown Corey. Corey, what's up, bro?
What's really good, man? I'm chilling, man. Got some, got things shaking and moving on this side of things, man. This month was a success, man.
It's crazy. The month about to be over. The month is over. Next Wednesday is the first.
Yeah, man. First month of the year down, and I'm really getting to it, man. I'm like getting at it, man. Like
as you should. When you come in, please let us know who's here. Hit the like or love button.
So this ain't just about money, man. Like this is just about, you know what I mean, like what we got going on with By the Hood, what we got going on with our partnerships and things of that nature.
Yeah, man.
We got we got.
Let me shout out some folks that are tuning in right now because a number of folks have come in. Man, it's getting filled up here. Let us know who's here as you come in. Please hit the like button, everybody. Keep It Moving is in the building. Sam is in the building. What's up, Sam? Rochelle is here. Hey, Rochelle. What's up, family? The legend Lance is in the building. What's up, Lance? Listen, man. I'm gonna chill, man. Brock. What's his name? Brock Purdy. He gonna eventually realize that Cinderella. It is what it is, though, man. I know you out there. Niners fan and all that, but y'all done, doggy.
Yeah, man. And listen, man.
What's up, Chris?
Goofy.
You got to rep your squad, but y'all done though. Holla at it. Make sure you here next Friday. That's all I'm gonna say. Jamil, what up,
though? Don't throw rocks and hide your hands.
Yeah.
Next Friday.
Ronnie Man is in the building. Another legend, man. Ronnie, what's up, good brother? Dan is here. Dan, what's up with you? So, Mache says we about to talk about the greatest trader of our time tonight. Briefly, man. I do want to that's the main topic. It's on the thumbnail and all that. We definitely gonna talk about that. Tay, what up, Tay? You know what I mean? Dan and Tay. The team is in the building. Yeah, man. So we appreciate all y'all for tuning in with us. We're gonna talk about a couple things. We're gonna do our Bitcoin giveaway. But Corey, you were talking about just like work being done right now, man. So shout out to Sharsville Berrytown Community Organization. We'll be out there tomorrow, live and in living color. You know what I'm saying, with the youth, talking about the youths. We're gonna have the youth talking about stocks, man. I mean, like that's a beautiful thing when you get a bunch of the youth in the room. We're gonna be talking about companies, buying companies. I mean,
listen.
They got just as good a chance as anybody else.
No, they got just as good a chance as 4 teams. Everybody else team sitting at home.
Well, I mean, anybody else has a chance to win.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the game's got to get played, but all the fans, all the other teams get the root for or against.
The best team all season, so I'm just gonna leave it at that, man. Like, we'll see what happens, man. Like,
this is Bird Gang money. Oh.
Yo, shout to Max B. He be home next month. Well, April. I'm sorry, not next month, because we about to go into February. So yeah, April.
Yeah.
Crazy. We about to go into February, yo. And I only know the February 1st is Wednesday because the Galaxy S23 gets announced on Wednesday, and I think I might be.
And the rent checks hit.
You already know what that is. I think I might be trading the fold, dog, and going back and trying this new S23 out. That thing
man.
Crazy.
Don't be that dude.
No, that joint look crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Anyway,
I gotta look at the previews and see what I
Yeah. I'm tech guy. But anyway, with that being said, though, man, shout out to everybody in the MDC. Money again this week. Folks cashing out checks. And shout to Pat who put it in the Discord. She is 66%
on the MDC Player of the Week.
MDC Player of the Week. A lot of folks cashed out. So shout out to everybody over there. And shout out to those that reached out for consultations too. So that's going down. And we try to make sure that everybody who's within the organization is doing what they got to do to get some bread. Let's see. Oh yeah, keep that same energy, man.
We gonna be here. We never fail to show up, bro.
We gonna be here
one way or the other.
We gonna be here. We definitely gonna be here.
We gonna be celebrating on you. We're gonna be doing a dance on the 49ers logo, or we're gonna be drowning in our sorrows, but we'll be here either way.
I was in downtown Philadelphia today, man. I had a young power lunch today, man. I was downtown Philadelphia, and I realized something. I saw a bunch of folks walking around with a Jason Kelce jersey on, right? And it occurred to me, like Jason Kelsey plays center. What other center in the NFL like got people wearing his jersey?
No, not one.
I can't think of that. I mean, he's popular because the podcast. He has a personality, so he's a podcast and all that.
And his brother's good too.
Yeah. So, but I was sitting there thinking, like, my guy's a center, and I saw multiple people with Kelsey jerseys on. Now he's also a Philadelphia legend because he acted a damn fool during the parade.
He got drunk and made the best
pitch
of all time.
Yeah, he got drunk during the parade, acting a fool. So he's like somewhat of a Philadelphia legend. So that goes to the personality piece. But I found that rather interesting though, man. But this isn't a sports pod. This is Black wealth business, or whatever we want to talk about, culture. You know what I mean? And we keep it that way, man. So for everybody watching, man, tell us how your week was. How was your week?
It was really good, Don.
Vidon.
Cheating ass Vidon.
What's up, Don? How are you, good brother? How was your week?
Yo, Don be dropping knowledge on his page too, man. And then he be cutting up in the story. So
yo, Don page is like Black wealth, pride. His stories is clapping and cheeks everywhere. So Don has figured out a nice mix. He's figured out a way to have a nice mix. Like, his regular page is inspirational, but just be careful going to his stories. Like that's all. If you're not into that kind of content, work. Yeah, if you're not into that content, don't open Don stories at work. You can just go to his page and see him talk about Black wealth and inspiration and investing and all that.
Oh man!
If you go to his stories though, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yeah, five guys taking 30 minutes with your food. Damn, dog. Five Guys only make like 3 things. Like, what's good?
They make burgers, French fries, and milk.
Yo, sit up out here, man. Shout out to GC though. GC, what's good with you, man? How was your week, man? I'm glad to see our folks.
I'm glad y'all made it, man.
Yeah, man. Every Friday, I enjoy this, kicking it with y'all for a little bit. Like I said, we will do our Bitcoin giveaway. Before we get into the main story, I do want to show this, Core, because this goes into our theme about how one of the things we talk about, whether we're in a community or doing actual classes, is banking, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about how banks just be out here doing whatever they want to do. So, y'all already know that Bank of America is the ops. They the ops. Wells Fargo.
This is every week, dog.
So they just got hit with another one, $3.7 billion for illegal practices, right? They use the legal practices in banking as well as home and auto loans. Right, so the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau (CFPB) says that 1 in 3 Americans is a Wells Fargo customer. So that's how many customers they have. 1 in every 3 Americans. More than 16 million accounts at Wells Fargo were subject to illegal practices, misapplied payments, wrongful foreclosures, incorrect fees, and interest charges.
Yo, that's absolute chaos, bro.
Yeah, man, it's absolutely
100 million people getting their lives affected by a bank, man.
So I'm just showing y'all that to keep with our theme of like be careful with these banks. I saw somebody, and again, shout out to y'all who be on social media drawing like I do. Follow me on TikTok at JW the Blueprint. But anyway, so I was on TikTok and someone had did a TikTok post, and dude was showing how when you go to self checkout, you gotta check your receipt. He went to multiple stores and was using the self checkout joint, and then when he looked at his receipt, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it'd be like $70 in goods to goods, right? Taxes would be, $5, and then his total would be like 90. So,
but they was getting an extra $15.
But that's his point. His point is, and he went to a couple stores to show that, they be stealing. Like sometimes it's not as egregious. That one was egregious, but sometimes it could be like $1, couple 50 cents. $2, and I guess the point he was making is most people aren't really paying attention. But imagine if you're a big, and again, this is no shade because
they all doing it.
But imagine if you're a huge big box store, say like, say Wally's World, as you like to call them, and you hitting everybody that come through every day for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents.
Clapping them because Walmart is an arbitrage business.
Hey, so Wally's World. If they clap Wally's World, man, we ain't saying no names, man. I don't want no smoke. Wally's World.
Whatever. They're an arbitrage business, so that's crazy. Like that's a crazy amount of money.
I always think about this as like people that work at big companies, right? I don't know where everybody who's watching where you guys work, but imagine you work for a huge big corporation, big hospital, big government, whatever it may be. I always think about like payroll. What if somebody's skimming like 2 cents off everybody? Because the average person ain't gonna care or notice it. But you know, that's how that thing adds up, man.
It's
All right, let me see.
crazy.
Let's see. GC said his week was good, but now I gotta eat white. Oh, we appreciate you, GC. We ain't gonna be too long, bro, but we appreciate the love always, man. Y'all see this Billboard Vibe 50 greatest rappers is worth ignoring. Anytime I see that list, I know they're just trying to get clicks.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Who they got at number one, Michelle? Matter of fact, who in their top five, if you don't mind telling us? Just a penny. Yo, you get a penny from everybody, though.
Yeah, they get millions of customers a year. That's a.
How many people go through Walmart on a daily basis? You said a year. Like, how many people go through Wally's World on a daily basis?
Probably about 100,000, a couple 100,000 a day.
What? In each location, you mean?
Nah, I'm just talking about maybe, you know.
No, it's way more than that. So let me see. It's a thing I put up. So here was some statistics right here. Walmart serves 240 million customers each week.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
100,000 is a joke, beloved. 240 million.
Damn. I was thinking they serve like 2 or 3 million a week. And they serving
240. 200. That's
Damn.
amazing when you think about the story of Walmart. Like when you go back and see my
it was one store.
Man, a little poppy store. Hey, listen, man, that's what you call scaling. You know what I mean? Millions of transactions, like he said. Yeah, that skimming gonna add up. Absolutely. So Michelle says, forget the top five. Look at this foolishness. Number 40, Dr. Dre, 39, Ludacris, 38, Gucci Mane, 37, Common, 36, Mos Def. Corey about to go off. That's his guy. 35, Future, 34, Chuck D, 33.
How was Common and Mos Def anywhere near Future? How was Chuck D and Busta Rhymes anywhere near Future?
See,
like this dude can't rap.
See, he know Michelle know this, but this is what those lists are for. That's the one thing, man. But I mean, I don't know what the criteria is, right? So hard for me to say, but GC said he went to Walmart 4 times just this week. Jose, peace.
Lil' Kim was a beast. You see, I didn't even mention her. Lil' Kim was an absolute animal when she was in her prime.
Also, again, what is it based on? Her impact is felt.
Yeah.
LaJoya is here. What's up, LaJoya? How are you?
What's going on?
Cola is now officially in the building.
We out here.
I knew Corey was going to feel some type of way when they saw that Mos Def, man.
Yeah, because I'm like, why he in the muck with all these?
My feelings on Mos Def are weird, right? Because I feel like, I told you the other day when we was in the car, I was like, yo, I feel like dude was so good that he got bored with it. And I feel like, and this is just a personal opinion, I feel like Mos Def could have been like one of the illest ever. Some will say he still is. I don't say he is because I don't think he has the body of work. But I feel like skill-wise, if he wanted to, he could have been one of those revered dudes that we all talk about. But I feel like he got bored. I really do. Like, yo,
yeah, because if you look at his early body of work with the Black Star album and then his first the Black on Both Sides, I mean,
it's like 3 Stacks, dog. 3 Stacks is so good. He was like, yo, I'm just gonna go randomly play the flute somewhere, because I'm bored with it. Like, yo, you just get that nice where you just get bored. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he said Future top 15 all time. See, that's what I'm saying, right? GC's of a younger generation.
Top 15, what?
Hold on, slow down, Core. GC's younger than us. He's a different generation. Future, the way that the young folks see Future is different. And I know that because I got nephews, and the way they see Future, they put, like, I'm telling you, like, he's one of them to them.
I can't understand a word the dude say.
Future got slapped, so I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
man, okay.
I mean, he got a couple joints, dog. Let me see, but you know. So bored is is the optimum descriptor for Yasin Bey. You know, yeah. I mean, he just felt. That's how I feel. Like he was just that ill, man.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, did you see you see Joey Badass redid Umi Says?
Yeah, I wanted to stab
I like
myself.
it, you ain't like it?
Come on, bro.
I know that's your guy. But I think it's dope.
It started off okay, then he started rapping, and then I was done.
First of all, I think it's dope for him to pay homage. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, it started off dope, and then he started rapping, and then I was done.
I don't want to write this down. Yeah. Anyway,
and I changed my mind about that song too, because when I first heard it, it was okay, and that was one of my top 10 songs that I've ever heard. Because of
Jose didn't like it either. Jose didn't like it either. I felt it, man. I thought it was. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if it was about. I just like seeing people like pay homage to those that aren't like like paying homage to Jay-Z is like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like he's a pop star.
Listen, man, I'm not arguing Future catalog. I'm arguing.
See, and this is his perspective. I don't even argue this. Future got hella hits. All that fake, deep lyrical stuff is lame, and that's a matter of opinion. So GC, right? Do you not dig Kendrick or Cole at all? I mean, because they're younger. They're. Funny thing is, right now they like
kind
the
of
old
old
heads.
to
I
them
know.
too.
Yeah, they like the old heads now. Oh, ho! We got to
Hey,
Dawn.
the international realtors entered the chat.
Dawn. I just want to make sure you're okay. We ain't seen you. Are you okay? How are you?
The
Annie, are you okay?
international realtor has entered the chat.
Annie, are you okay? That's all I'm worried about is making sure the sister's good, man.
Yo,
appreciate you,
listen,
Dawn.
I don't listen. I don't listen to nothing GC said after he put me onto the Yeet mess. So he can't and then he just said Wayne is the GOAT. Yikes.
Again, that right there is a generation thing. Cole is top 10 for me. Kendrick maybe. So hold on. These dudes do as you would call it, fake deep lyrical stuff. Especially Kendrick. Kendrick be very dense. Kendrick is too dense for me at times.
Wayne is the GOAT. Wayne is tough, but he's not the GOAT.
Wayne said he the apex. And God did. He's the apex, man. No, Wayne is again.
Listen,
it's a generational thing, right?
I didn't say Wayne don't have bars.
I ain't knocking that.
He's not the GOAT.
I ain't knocking that.
And listen, man, I get y'all get caught in the rhythms and stuff, man. Like, but I mean, it's called rap. Like, if they're not saying nothing, what the hell is it?
I mean, GC, what you're saying is true. Although I got in an argument with someone because I really believe this, and then we're gonna get back on track because I want to go over the main topic. But I got in an argument with someone.
Did you just say Go Up is top 5? Top 5 what?
Corey, cool, bro. But look,
all right, man. I can't.
It's listen. This is
Go Up
is
top 5.
I know people that feel that way.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, it's all subjective, bro. Here's my thing. I got an argument. I told someone that Chief Keef was more influential than Wayne, right? Now, I say that because the idea of quote unquote drill rap, right? I've seen that in other countries. And it seems like I've literally seen it in other countries where everybody are trying to recreate that energy that he had, like, with that ish I don't like. That, like, his influence is insane, dog. I mean, look at you got Brooklyn drill, you got Philly drill, for Christ's sakes. Like,
listen, I'm not
again,
arguing.
I'm not talking about skills.
I'm not arguing impact. Because if we talking about impact, then some of these names don't belong on there.
All right, so let's see. He says Cole and Kendrick are definitely top 50, just not enough body work to put them top 20 or above status. Go up top 5. I played Above the Clouds Gangstar for my daughter today. My kids be walking around singing Rakim. There you go. You indoctrinated in the right way. We can't trust GC because he thinks Algo is top 5 all time.
No,
yeah, it was good, Chaz.
Listen, I'm all for the young people having their own personal favorites, man. But
all right,
some of the stuff that they say just make me want
to keep the Gucci put on. He from my city. Boom. So that right there, again.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go.
You know what I'm saying?
Good job, man. Listen,
I think Major Figures is one of the best groups ever, but that's personal opinion. Rakim for president.
Major Figures is only known as like out in the tri-state.
Don't matter. All right, I'm good. Finally back from Detroit. I'm in the freezer. All right, don't hate on cities with multiple seasons. Family is healing, trying to get back in the swing of things. My only issue is my hip is twisted from me doing the exercise program with the 21-year-olds. Kinesthesiologist is handling the healing. My ego will take a little time to heal, though. I'm still 21. I hear you, Dawn. Well, listen, we glad to hear from you. I'm glad that everything is getting back to normal for you. Appreciate you. I still listen to Down South rap. She about to go in on you. Tell you her favorites from Texas.
Oh no, listen, man. I listen to Down South rap a lot because, like I said, like when everybody else was listening to just Northern music, I was between places because my pop and my brothers and them from Birmingham, and then what I mean, my I'm up here. And then,
I got a question for you there.
And all my cousins live in Atlanta. So when everybody was coming up in Atlanta, I was listening to that when, like, I missed the whole East Coast wave, and then when I came back, I had to catch up because you know what I mean. I was spending time between both
Let me ask
places.
you a question real quick. Who's your favorite Southern rapper of all time?
That's hard because people going to think of Ludacris.
That's an interesting choice. I didn't think you would say that at all. Interesting though. I mean, he gets busy. All right,
so Ludacris. That's my favorite Southern rapper.
Michelle, you trolling with that? If you
then after Ludacris, Ludacris and Big Boy are my two favorite Southern rappers.
All right, so GC said Drake top 5. All right, so now
I wouldn't argue with that.
That means your top 5 got Wayne, Drake,
and Guap.
So that means you're only missing 2 more, and he probably gonna say Future and.
He said Future top 15.
Okay, and Yeet. All right, so UGK. My favorite down south rapper of all time is Scarface.
And listen, I won't argue with that. Face got a catalog crazy.
Uncle Brad. Now you feel me? All right,
I take Ludacris though.
No,
he had a crazy run.
Ludacris gets busy. Okay, so he put Yo, Lucky isn't Lucky the one that be rapping with Yeet? If that's the same Lucky, because I swear, yo, GC be listening to the same people that my nephew do. Lucky, well, GC don't like.
I don't even know who that is. So
I only know who that is. My nephew told me he like Lucky. I was like, Lucky who? And he was like, he rap with Yeet. I'm like, but Yeet. Anyway, I'm interested in buying profitable businesses. That's my move for 23 to 25 passive income streams from a different standpoint. Dawn, that's the move. We just purchased we just partnered on a purchase with our investment club. Bought some health spas. So we on the same wave. That's what we doing. 8Ball and MJG, Scarface, favorite rapper. Yeah, so that's the same dude, Lucky. Yo, Lucky be like low-key depressing though. He be on them drugs.
All depressing.
DJ Screw. That's the crazy part about some of these young boys' music, man. Them dudes be crying for help. Nelly. Well, because consider St. Louis.
My man sold 50 million records.
Do you consider St. Louis down south?
Definitely Midwest, but
I know some of these folks on the East Coast, they be like, if you ain't from like the tri-state, you ain't from the East, everything else is down south. They consider West Coast rappers down south. They be like, yo,
listen, man, anything Virginia and below is the South, bro.
Dog, I'm talking about. They be like, he in Compton, that's down south. That's how some East Coast dudes they got that East Coast bias.
Yeah, that's.
But anyway,
yeah, we got sidetracked.
No, it's all good though. Listen, man, this is about culture, man. But the topic of the night, and we're gonna stay in this for real shortly and go over a couple other things. But we were talking about whether lawmakers should even be allowed to trade, right? So in the past, they were allowed to have pretty much free reign, do whatever they wanted to. Then the law changed where now they can kind of still do what they want to do, but they have to kind of like report it or show what they did. It's not real time though, but they have to report the kind of trades and moves that they're making. But there's a push now, and the push is pretty much because, let's face it, like because of social media and people putting pressure, like, yo, it's unfair that they're able to do this. And believe it or not, I was asking folks this, and some people was like, I don't got no problem with them doing that. Like,
I'm one of those people.
Okay, all right. I didn't know that. All right, so let's talk about it then. But let me get these comments and let's talk about that, Core, because I had no idea that you was going to say that. She said, yeah, that accent says down south. Nelly is Midwest. People sleep on Luda, though. I agree. That's why I said I ain't gonna argue, because I think he's underrated. If they can't make sweet tea, they ain't down south. See, Jose is from the BX. He said, look, you ain't told no lies, man. Everything else is, down south. Baltimore is down south. I got a homie, man. I got a homie from Queens, man. He's from the projects in Queens. He be like, look, man, all them farmers, he call them farmers. Anybody who ain't from the East Coast, he call them farmers.
Yo, homie wild out.
Yeah, he be like, y'all like that farmer music. I'm like, cut it out, bro. Look, CJ up north. He said Baltimore is down south, right?
I ain't mad, man.
He's geographically challenged. Dawn, I'm telling you, some folks from the East Coast bank East Coast so crazy that everything else is down south. Lawmakers have an apparent conflict of interest when trading. All right, so what we mean by trading is able to trade options or stocks of publicly traded companies, some of which they have access to information that the public doesn't. So GC says long-term trade, short-term, midterm. What exactly is classified as a trade?
They trade all kinds of
Great
stuff.
question. They do all of it. So maybe that is how you answer this question. Maybe you believe that they should be able to do long-term stuff, but not short-term stuff.
I
So
think
for
they
everybody,
should be able to do whatever they do.
before I bring the article up, everybody watching, and GC, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I want to know, what do you guys think about this topic? Do you think that our lawmakers, right, and that's not just federal, because a lot of times we fall in love with the federal, but even at the
All
state,
of them can.
should they be able to trade either long-term, short-term, midterm, or should we just let them do the way they are?
So my thing is this, right? And I was of two minds, and now I'm not of two minds. I think they should just be able to do it. And so I was totally against it before, right?
All right, so a little context before you finish your thought. You believe that, sorry, so the question is, should our lawmakers at every level be able to trade?
Yes.
And your response to that is what?
Yes. Short answer, yes.
Okay, but why? Why do you think they should be able to?
Because I think it actually keeps them partially in check, right? Because they got to keep the system moving so that they can keep their stuff alive, right? So there's two sides to it where people say, well, they got an unfair advantage. But my thing is, they're not gonna let it die if all their money tied into it. So that makes my money safer. So that's how I feel about it. But most people are not gonna look at it like that. I feel like it makes my money safer if their money's involved in it. Because if they don't got no skin in the game, why should I?
Okay. All right. So you basically, I see where you're going with this. That's that's kind of some selfish-ish. But with that being said, I get what you're saying. You're saying that they'll protect the system because this is where their wealth is.
Yep.
All right, that's one way to think about it, but it's a lot.
It's mad shady, but I'm thinking,
as long as you acknowledge that,
it's definitely mad shady. I'm not saying that it's not shady, but my thing is, my money is safer as long as their money is tied up in there.
So you're looking out for personal interest. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. So,
but the thing is, that makes your money safer. If their money is tied up in it, your money is safer.
I understand that. So let's get to some of these comments. Rock Noxious says, I think it's mad shady, but I'm not mad at him. Chris put this website up. Let me see. I tried to open. Let's see if it opens yet. This what is that? A Quiver Quant?
Yeah. That's the joint that show all the trades.
Yeah, but even those aren't real time.
That's not real time at all.
Yeah. So show Senate strat. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now. All right. So blah blah blah. Listen, Nancy is my spirit government official. She is by far the coldest trader alive.
She is not by far the coldest trader. If you look at the joint where they list her Nancy like number 13 on the list.
Yo, but that's what's crazy is she's become the face of this, and I'm guilty of it too. I just put her on our thumbnail. It's weird how she became the face of this when you actually look at the data, and I guess that's because a lot of the other folks,
number 13.
Dog, some of the other folks be quiet. They don't. They stay low key firing.
Like Nancy like number 13 out of the Congress people. Like she ain't even on top of the list. And she's tough. Like her percentage is crazy. But there's some dudes up there, they got like 150, 200%. Like they cracking the market.
All right, so now Lance with another point. They should not. Unfair advantage. They stopped the Fed from doing it, so they shouldn't be able to too. Folks that work in the Fed aren't allowed to do it at all.
The Fed isn't part of the federal government.
No, I understand that, but they can't.
Banks. See, is a difference between banks. Like banks, they're part of the banking system. That's something totally different than our federal government, even though it's intertwined. Being part of the banking system and then being part of because the banking system really controls what happens, right? So it's a difference between people being in the Fed because the people in the Fed know that interest rates control what the market going to do, right? So it's a whole set of differences, right?
All right, so Jose, let me read Jose because I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying, but but I also get her point too, though. They shouldn't do any trading, long, mid, or short term. Their investments should be escrowed till they're out of office. Public service shouldn't have the benefits of making additional coin while in public service. Now, my only problem with that is some of the coldest investors and traders that I personally know are cops and firefighters, right? I know some firefighters and cops that are just straight beat. You wouldn't know because they still keep their job. They go to work every day. But I know, dog, I know of a couple options traders that are like policemen.
Absolute
With
animals in the market.
Animals, right? So, but they're public servants, right? So, I mean, that's my only problem with that. They still do their job, right? They don't really get any unfair advantage because some of them I know are like beat cops. They're actually out on the street. But they're sick with it. So I mean that's my only thing with public service. Like, where do you stop the public service thing at? It's a difference if you're a lawmaker and you have access to information in terms of laws, right? Yes, short answer, your job or career shouldn't stop you from building wealth. It's another one, right? But it has to be some kind of caveat to that too, right? Because that's why it's an interesting conversation. Because initially, when I asked this question, everybody has the same response, which is, no, that's unfair. But then as I ask more people, I realize that there are a lot of people that fall on that other side. Transparency should be mandatory, but ask yourself, if you were in their position to level up your chicken, would you? What would Pelosi do? All right, so here's the thing. Right now, they're not breaking any laws or doing anything wrong. I feel like retail be hating on them. Yeah, because retail want that same data. That's why. Fed judges are doing it too, man. Federal judges, dog, man.
They do. Listen, you got the lifetime appointment. Yo, that is absolutely nuts. There's no now. I think that should be now. That if I drew a line, that's where I would draw my line because they got lifetime appointments.
All right, but how about Don said? Huh? So Don, there is some issues with this too. State city officials have more insight into city development. Should we keep them out of the real estate market? Some cases they do. They absolutely do.
Yeah, some cities won't even allow them to. They gotta go to the weasel route to get involved.
Not that they don't do it, but anyway, Nancy is just the more publicly known out of the group, but she definitely got some. That's the funny part, Lance. When we looked it up one day, we was like, "Hold up," because in our heads we think Nancy is the GOAT. We saw some of these folks, and I can't even bring their name up because I don't even know who they are. I'm like, "Oh, that's how they do it. They just laying low."
Yeah, they laying low, minding their business.
Public servants are different than public reps.
That's true.
Well,
because public servants follow the laws that public reps put into place, so it's a different level of government.
Yeah, but you said so. How do you define a cop or a firefighter?
They're public servants.
All right, so public reps, right? So, but let me see. Let me go back to his original point. Did he say reps or servants, right? So I don't know what he said.
Public servants are different than public reps.
No, I'm talking about the original comment because the comment was based on the comment I said about let me see. He said public service, right? Mm-hmm. Not public reps. Yeah, so that's what I was when you said public service, that's what made me bring up cops and all that.
Listen, man, all of them should be able to go get their chicken. I don't really care. Like I said, the more money they got tied up in there, the safer my money is. So tie all your damn money up in there. Come on.
Yeah. So some people, I'm looking up too. I'm looking this up as I'm talking to you. Some people consider politicians even different than public servants. Some people don't consider them public servants or reps. They consider them politicians. We had a state rep in Philly that just got thrown in the front page of the paper for some wild stuff.
Man, but they all shady. They all corrupt.
I think lawmakers should be able to trade. It's the same as any other wealthy individual. They are all shady. Exactly. But no more shady than Elon shifting the markets and buying. All right, so I think it is a difference, though, in my opinion. All right, that's your opinion. In my opinion, there is a difference when you have. As a matter of fact, let me show the article that made me think about this as a topic real quick. So Lance is with the main bar, right? I think all of us would, like, because they're technically right now, they're not doing anything illegal, right? Most of the country loves to big up capitalism, but complain about Nancy and her portfolio and Donald and his taxes. But check your timelines. Everybody is talking about how to trick the system to boost those child tax credits, avoid them Nextel bills from 2005 with CPNs and build biz credit with no biz. So you have a great point there. Now, one thing I will say is the problem with that is we don't have true capitalism in this country.
Nah, capitalism doesn't exist in this country. It's not that it doesn't exist. But
so I think that's the part when you look.
It's not capitalism.
If we had true capitalism, the banks would have never got bailed out, right?
Yeah, like companies aren't allowed to die. Like in capitalism, companies, like if you don't serve a need, You get sucked into the
Ivan
void.
Drago. If you don't serve a need, you're Ivan Drago. If he
You
dies,
die. Yeah, if you die, you die. Like it's not like capitalism doesn't exist on the highest levels. It exists on the lower levels. Like when you stink as a lower level player, when your business, like if you don't serve enough people, you die. But on the higher levels, capitalism doesn't exist like that. There are companies
all right.
that
So
are
here we
too
go.
big
Right?
to fail.
All right, so it says, I'm just going to skip through the article to show the parts, right? So it says lawmakers make another run at banning their colleagues from trading stocks. So far this year, there have already been 3 bills that have been introduced to ban lawmakers from trading as the headlines keep coming. This week, it was news that Paul Pelosi, husband of Nancy, sold 30,000 shares of Google just weeks before the Justice Department filed a lawsuit against the company. So far, efforts on the bill range from partisan effort designed to provoke Pelosi to another proposing broad ethics reforms, right? And this is bipartisan, by the way. So these bills are coming from both parties.
From angles.
Yeah.
Yo,
I think the cynicism is well founded.
I think that is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely fucking hilarious. Excuse my French, but I think that is hilarious. Like,
yo, they straight one of the joints is straight calling the joint. Yo, this is funny, right? Preventing elected leaders from owning Securities and Investments Act, the Pelosi Act for short. That's foul, yo. They trying to make it the Pelosi Act. Yo, that's foul. But they made the acronym Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act. That's foul, yo. Again, she's the face of it, though. It's kind of foul. That's what I'm saying is foul.
Yeah.
I don't know of any universe where dragging or trolling the former Speaker of the House is a path towards moving the bill forward, says Donald Sherman. So some people think that they're going so far with kind of pointing the finger at her that it's going to have an opposite effect. It's going to really mess the bill up.
Yeah, that's
we have to bring trust back to this institution. I think that cat is out the bag, and I can't see it coming back.
Yeah, that's dumb. Like, who trusts politicians at this point?
Yeah.
Like, if you still trust politicians, you still think the tooth fairy come and leave money under your pillow.
The wave of efforts around the stock trading issue gained intense attention about a year ago, following revelations that in the lead up to the pandemic, then Senator Kelly Loeffler and Senator Richard Burr sold stock soon after a private briefing on COVID-19. So they knew it was about to come down, and they was like, yo, let's get out of these positions.
Why wouldn't they?
Yo, it's so wild, right? There's a video on YouTube where I think Vice did it. It may have been Vice, something similar to Vice, where they were talking about insider trading or Congress, when they were talking about in 2008, when they would have meetings about which banks to bail out and which ones not to bail out. Folks in Congress was like in the meeting as they were discussing this, leaving the meeting, calling their broker like, yo, get rid of this Countrywide, like sell all the Countrywide. Matter of fact, buy some shorts on Countrywide. Like, yo, he was saying they were leaving the meeting in the hallway, putting the plays down. So and this was at a time where they didn't even have to report what they did. They were just doing it. So it's kind of foul.
It is, but my thing is this. Again, I feel safer. Like, if their money's not tied into it, they're liable to do anything to the system, which makes my money less safe.
So I think that I think I read this in somewhere that when Obama was in office, he was forced to put his stuff into public treasuries and mutual funds, stuff like that. So you're still indirectly tied into the system operating the way it needs to be, right? Because if you have funds, but you may just be in the broad index fund. But the point is, and maybe this has to be spelled out. Maybe it's just not stop trading and investing altogether. Maybe it's like, yo, you can't do certain things like buy individual companies. Because
listen,
Google about to get sued.
See, my thing is, I want as much of their money tied into the system. As long as I'm using the system, I want as much of their money tied into the system as I can possibly get.
No, I'm saying it will be, but individual companies is where the issue is. To me, at least, where the issue lies. So,
I'm with it all. Yeah, do all the politics and all that stuff. Get all your money tied into the system.
And Lance says Paul's timing is just truly uncanny.
There's nothing uncanny about his son.
Pure capitalism doesn't exist anywhere on this planet. Yeah. Capitalism is about monopolies. All right, so let's see. True capitalism means you would always have to be willing to cut your nose off to spite your face.
Yep.
Passes in the building. Pass comes with the bars. Politicians voting to stop themselves from trading is like them voting for for term limits.
Never gonna happen.
Voting against your best interest is wild. You gotta like, you know,
No,
it's like
they're never gonna do that.
like
They're
when they
never gonna do it.
I mean, we'll see what happens, man. So I thought that was an interesting topic because what I didn't realize, and you guys have disproved me right again. I'm shocked at how many folks, not that I think it's the right or wrong answer because I don't know the answer. I think it's more nuanced, but I'm shocked at the amount of people that like, no, I want them trading. That's shocking to me.
No, I need that. I need them tied in because again, for me, how I look at things is that if they got skin in the game, that makes my money safer.
Yeah, but I think that the way we look at skin in the game is different, right? I don't want you being able to short Google or buy calls on Microsoft, right? Skin in the game means you're invested in it. If you have, and that's the thing that people don't understand. If you work a regular job and you got a 401k or 457,
you can't get your money. Your money is tied in.
Well, you're in the game though. You're in the game. You're invested.
Sure.
And depending upon that, I mean, so I wouldn't even say it's tied to. There's the thing about finances is tricks with everything. But my point is, you're tied into the system. Even if you just have a regular mutual fund, you're in the system. The issue I see with this is how they're maneuvering. Like they're being very egregious. Like if you look at the site that I think it was Chris who put it up, and you start to see, and I didn't look at that specific site. There's other sites that report what they do, and there's actual Twitter accounts that report all like specific Congress people their moves. If you look at it, man, it's just completely egregious. And I guess they're doing it in front of your face. They're literally doing it in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? Until term limits happen, nothing will. Yeah. I mean, that's an issue. But it's an issue if you give it, because if you give them short term limits, a lot of times they can't get anything done. I feel like they're being tied to the markets in a way that has a conflict of interest.
It is a conflict of interest. I am 100% saying that it's shady, that is interest conflicted, all of that stuff. But I'm also saying that if they're tied to the market, then the market will always be there.
The market's always going to be there regardless because
no, that's not true.
It is. We're all tied to the market. That's the point. The point I'm making is we're all tied to the market, whether we want to be or not.
Yeah, but the more they have invested, the I feel like the safer my investments are.
But they're going to have to invest anyway, right? Because the thing is, money needs somewhere to go. So if they have capital, they make a good salary, they have to put their money somewhere. They're not just going to sit in the savings.
Money move all the time. So money move is right now. A lot of people are buying junk bonds because they're paying more than regular treasury
in
bonds.
The system, though.
Right? Yeah, but the treasury bonds is what fund the government, not the junk bonds. Junk bonds don't fund the government. Treasury bonds do.
All of that is part of the system, though. All of that is part of the system. That's my point. My point is it doesn't matter what you buy, you're in the system. You can't get away from it, which is why I laugh at the folks that say, the people that say they're anti-capitalist and all that. Like, y'all had someone tell me this week they're a socialist while they're holding their iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what my response was.
All right. Okay. Yeah, like at that point, you just all right.
So let's get to Jose's point. From what I found, most 401ks, 457 plans are filled with a handful of good companies, but the majority of the basket is crap companies. You can make the money moves you need to in order to make it come up. Now, the thing about it is, I've never seen a 401k, and I used to actually set up 401k plans for companies. I've never seen one that doesn't have something that mirrors the S&P. I just haven't. Everyone that I've worked with or worked on or seen has something that mirrors the S&P. So, I mean, that's not investment advice. As a matter of fact, anything we say on here is an investment advice. It's for education purposes only. I'm just saying that exists. So you got to know what's in what you got. The Men Who Built America. Yo, that doc was fire.
Yeah, it was.
That fire. Let me see if that's the same one I'm thinking of.
That's the joint with J.P. Morgan and all them. Not J.P. Morgan. What's the joint, the oil monopoly and all that? That's that one.
Yeah, this the joint. The joint he's talking about is the one on Hulu. There's a couple like that, but yeah, The Men Who Built America had like multiple parts to it. If it's the same one. So yeah, that was a good doc. That was definitely a good doc. All right, let's see what Pat says. Pat says, They should have to have a core satellite style, bulk and funds, and maybe a small percentage. I'm not opposed to that either. That's why I said it's nuance. All right, because I think that if you make them have funds, like you're still in the system. If I own the S&P 500, right, I'm big time in the system.
Oh, for sure.
Because I mean, how about that? How about that as a rule? Like you got to take your funds and just drop it in the S&P, right? You just got to buy the S&P.
I don't like that, but okay.
You want them out here moving in phase up and down the market.
Yes, I want everything moving, bro. I need it all moving and shaking. I need it all. Like, I like volatility.
Here's the problem with that, though. The problem with that is, and this is one of the things I realized from people who are options traders, that and again, everything I say is from my experience. You guys might have a different experience, but when you talk to a lot of people who are options traders, one of the things they don't realize is when you have a successful trade, there's somebody on the other side of that.
They're getting spanked.
There's always two sides to every trade.
Oh yeah, every single time.
So if people are walking into this with information that they shouldn't have, that's a disadvantage to me personally. I took things personally, as Mike would say, like, because you have, not again, we realize that the system's against us anyway, right? So there's big firms that have spent billions of dollars for information that have information we don't have. But the fact is, there's somebody on both sides of that.
Somebody's definitely getting spanked.
Let's see. I'll settle with putting them in index funds. Jose, I think that's where I'm at with it, Jose. You're still tied in. The insider trader, but who's going to stop them? The SEC, a government organization. The inmates run the asylum. This is true, man. Buy Bitcoin, not investment advice. All right, so listen. Listen, I had a couple folks hit me up this week and asked about the pod. Like we are getting our pod back together. I'm very transparent with everybody on the Friday show. You guys are our family. One of the reasons that we haven't had our Wednesday pod the way we generally have is because in the space that we're in. So one of the things we're thinking about is how to kind of roll the pod back out. And the reason I say that is because the space that we're in, the objective of the podcast is to highlight stories of folks that are doing positive work. The issue with that is when you put a light on someone, people kind of like look at that as a cosign. And one of the things that I've realized over the last half decade or so in this quote unquote black wealth space is there's a lot of cap and frauding out there. There's folks out there who have huge followings. Some have been in our pods, some have asked to come on our pods, some we were supposed to do, we didn't do it all, who really aren't about the life that they say they have. So I don't want to be the one, and neither does Corey, to kind of like say, yo, check out this person doing this in trucking or real estate and all that when they really out here frauding. So I don't know, like, we need to vet people like better than we've done in the past. All right. And I'm not putting anybody out there. I'm not putting anybody out there by name, but so maybe like go away from the format of just like a guest and kind of like reshape it somehow, bring a guest on once in the blue. But the idea of just highlighting people, because there's a lot of folks out there who are frauding and stealing money from our folks. And our objective before anything, before views, listens to the podcast and all that, is community first. Yeah, so we rather this cold turkey stop it for, like, we haven't done a pod since December. So it's like a month. We literally took a month off to kind of figure out.
Oh yeah, we definitely got catfish. A couple times, a few times. we got catfished a few times.
Listen, man, there's folks out there, bro. Like, and I'm not gonna put anybody by name, with a couple 100,000 followers who I know for a fact try to do a deal with, have no idea about real estate, have no idea about it, don't know what anything is, have never bought investment property, don't know how to do a deal, and they are a quote unquote real estate guru on IG and YouTube and all that. Like, so. And again, one of the things you'll never hear me do is talk about people by name, because I don't like to like down our brothers and sisters.
Everybody we had is black folks, so we try.
But what I will say is that's one of the things we're dealing with, is figuring out kind of like how to bring it back without being so guest centric, because the guest centric format, we got to just do a better job of vetting folks and just making sure we put like good folks in front of our folks. That being said, though, we're gonna get ready to give our giveaway.
That's the behind the scenes work.
Yeah, that's behind. But like I said, I'm transparent with y'all. Laughing at Dan, y'all got catfish. Listen, bro, it's rough out here, man, and I struggle with that because I'm online like all the time. Like, shout to Latoya. Latoya, I tell y'all this every week. Latoya keeps me abreast of everything going on TikTok and IG. So I'm
Yo,
on IG and
she
all
put
that.
me on to something ratchet that is so ratchet and so funny that I'm starting to go down the rabbit hole on IG.
Oh, I want to know which one it is, bro.
It's the sis who be getting the letters and she be
She's my favorite TikTok follower.
yo
I want to give her credit. I want to shout her out.
sis is
The chick who be
absolutely
grabbing the
berserk
microphone,
and funny.
and she be like, yo, hold on, what's his name, yo?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. So I like the boy Babatunde Hip Hopera. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ace Vane. He's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know sis name. I gotta get her name. She is absolutely hilarious.
Yo, I would tell you
the other sis that be strumming on the fake broom. Indescribable. I think that's her name, or in something. Like, she's funny. Like, I like funny ratchet. Like, I don't like the two girls fighting, the two girls with the bras out fighting. I don't like that kind of ratchet.
Yo,
like that.
One of the things that inspired me over the last like couple months or so, right, is a dude on TikTok. His name is Keith Lee, right? Keith Lee's a food dude. He does food reviews. But what inspired me about him was two things. So one of the things he does, he built up a huge following. He got several million followers. And he has the ability to go to a restaurant, and if he say their food is good, like bring them crazy amounts of business. He had a couple businesses that were literally going out of business. He went by, tasted the food, said it was good, and now they can't even keep up. Like literally, one dude was like, and the funny thing is, people be on there, like the owners of the restaurants be on there crying. That was dope. But what was dope to me about what was inspirational about his whole page, and I don't know how many of y'all know who I'm talking about. If you do, let me know in the comments. Is that a lot of times as creatives and people that have ideas and want to put ideas out, because we live in a world now where everybody has social media, everybody has ideas and thoughts they want to put out to the world. But a lot of times we get in our own way because we want to have the perfect camera, the perfect lighting. And this dude be sitting in a plastic chair, dog, with his footage ain't even that great. And he just being himself and talking. And that hit me. I was like, yo, I know folks that have like pitched ideas to me and all that. Like, I gotta get this camera.
Well, JL Jupiter doing the same thing. The boy that's...
No, dog. When I say no frills, JL Jupiter got a little production value with his.
It is.
This dude be in a plastic chair that you would see at your auntie's house, like out in the backyard in the barbecue.
It's snacking down, huh?
He got million and has. I think he would just make Good Morning America now. Talking about committing his own TV show, but when I say he created literally with nothing but a phone and a plastic $5 General chair, I was like, yo, like even though we're not in the food space or anything like that, but that was inspirational, right? So one of the things you see is people needing stuff. Like, I gotta get the right lighting. I gotta spend $1,000 on this. My footage gotta be this. And dude went out here and got to it. And that's one of the things I like about TikTok right now. Now we talking about social media versus like Twitter. The kids on TikTok are probably the most creative I've seen on any platform. Their ability to tell stories and share their stuff on TikTok. And I'm pretty sure you see it. You're in the classroom with the kids. Like the stuff they do, like not even the dances, their creativity.
I got like five little kids in my school that are artists, and they all on TikTok, and they all got like 50,000 TikTok followers.
Their creativity, the creativity that the youth shows on that platform. Now, with all that being said, I think it's a high probability that John gets banned for good. But I mean, hopefully they land somewhere. But the creatives on there are at a different level. But that sister you talking about, I gotta find her page because she is down. What she does is
absolutely hilarious.
She gets the post from the 6 brown chicks in like the HBCU like joints where the people have like telling their stories, and she reads them and like gives commentary. But
yo, Toya shared one with us in our group the other day, and I laughed so hard I blew soda out my nose. I blew Canada dry out my nose, bro.
So, man, facts they be capping. How can I say I'm going to be the greatest investor of our time? I got the crystal ball. Like, I know exactly what he's talking about, but again, I don't throw shade at nobody. Keep it moving. You funny though. I applaud that man as well. That's why they tore that woman to shreds when she tried to come for him. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like So that's the thing. Like, so that's one of the things me and Corey struggle with in terms of like social media. But again, we don't throw rocks at anybody. Like, we just try to remain positive, man, and you know, just take time and find the right folks. The main problem with guru culture is people want to believe without researching for the lie in the middle. Hold up. You know, I got this picture.
Pass it, dropping bars again.
Yeah, let me get this picture though. Let me get the piss Corey off by taking it with the iPhone. But I gotta get this picture.
Taking that remedial behind phone.
You crazy. 14 Pro Max is fire. Side note, Pass. I know Pass is one of my brothers in the fold culture. I was just telling Corey before you came on, Pass, that February 1st, that 23 gets announced. And that thing looking real notish. Real Galaxy notish.
Yo, that was my favorite phone.
Me too. The only reason I got the fold is they stopped making a note. But that 23 looks real notish. Real notish. Y'all heard the craziness going on at Bethune-Cookman. Man, I got so many thoughts about that.
On both sides.
Yeah, the Collin president is trying to go to war with Roland Martin. I got thoughts about Roland Martin. But anyway, shout out to all the Apple owners. You already know. It's what I'll say is unfortunate what's happening at Bethune-Cookman. It's really sad. It is really sad. That's a historical institution. So, you know, as they say, you hate to see it. Yeah, man. Hey,
people getting exposed. Lots of things getting exposed, but my thing is, on both sides, they're getting exposed.
I'm trying to see that chick's TikTok, man. I want to give her credit, man, because she's fired.
Yeah, I know her IG, but I don't know her TikTok.
What's her IG, yo?
All right, hold up. Let me go in there because I was just looking at it. Hold on, let me get her IG.
Let me go to these comments while you find that. They supposed to be making the next fold notice. I heard that Pass, but again, you know, I'm the kind of dude that I'll get the one in February, and then another one comes out. But I think I'm getting over the folding screen though, right? And you know, reason being is, you know, I think it's one of those things when I first got it. I still like you know, using it around people because I'm a show off, but I think I'm ready to go back to the note style joint. But anyway, with that being said, though, while we try to find this young lady's name, because I want to give her props because I'm not trying to get caught up like Kamari did. Shout out to our brother Kamari, man. yo, funny as hell, bro. No, I was talking to him. It's funny. Kamari reposted someone's post, but their name wasn't on it, and that joint went like semi-viral. And folks came at his neck saying that he wasn't trying to give her a proper credit, but he actually did. Eventually went back and changed it because he didn't know her name. But dog, when I said they was on there clapping at him, crazy part about that is when folks be clapping at folks like that, they really just be helping their engagement.
All right. So the young lady's name is Tawana _ Monique. So TUJUANA _ Monique. MONIQUE.
Okay, yeah, that's her name on TikTok too. I'm gonna say it again, like Corey said, Tawana Monique. TUJUANA _ Monique. MONIQUE. Yo,
her page is absolutely hilarious, yo.
Every time she go, I just throw the phone like,
yo, absolute craziness to come out her mouth, yo. Like, and thank you, Latoya, for bringing me into the world of Ratchet. Yo.
Okay, she's been one of my favorite TikTokers. GC said, "Who we talking about? This a chick on TikTok who's hilarious."
Yeah, she's absolutely hilarious.
What's the big allure about the fold other than checking charts and running presentations? Honestly, it's the screen real estate. So that's the thing about moving to the 23. The fold is nothing but the S22 right now and the fold are literally the same, except one gives you more screen real estate if you need that. So Ashley, my other connect on Ratchet social media content is in the building. What's good, Ashley?
As Ashley been she been what's her name in me? She been sending me weird messages just to get on my nerves because she know I don't like to check my messages.
Yo, speaking of that, man, did you get your Facebook page back?
Yeah, they finally gave it back to me. Yeah, they had my joint hostage.
Yeah, man. Yo, and anybody following JW the Blueprint with like too many E's in it, man, that's not me, yo. You will never hear me say Grand Rising in your inbox. Because I'm getting I got two
man.
channels right now going crazy, right? On IG. One is the blueprint, and his joint is BLUEE. And he got like close to 6,000 followers using my face, name, and content, dog. And folks are sending me his messages. He's jumping in chicks' inbox like, "What's up with you? Hey, sister," and Grand Rising. I'm like, look, that ain't me. Like, I'm just letting y'all know that's not me. He about to, he out here trying to clap cheeks using all my stuff. I'm like, so they went from scamming.
My man trying to get a standing ovation off your face.
Yeah, man. I'm like, yo, cuz, like, what's good? Like, so I'm just letting y'all know that's not me.
See, trying to clap cheeks on my face on my recognition. Yo, that's crazy.
And the other one is Blueprint with 2 L's, BLL. Like, so they real slick with it. He got another like 6,000-7,000 followers, dog. They running the numbers up, man, and they all in their Grand Rising bag. That is not me. I'm letting y'all know right now that's not me. Do not hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're gonna be, sending you like pics, and that's not me, dog. I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all get some eggplants in your inbox. That's not me. I got nothing to do with that. With that being said, if you want to get put into our giveaway, please drop a 1 in the chat. We are about to do our Bitcoin giveaway as we do every week.
Let's go.
Drop them ones. Let's see. Here we go. They dropping them. All right, man. Cadillac grills. Yeah, Ludo was in his bag for a minute.
Listen, man, he don't get enough credit, man. He was on a run. He went on a crazy run, man. He was everywhere for like 3 years. He was on everybody hook.
All right, we're gonna start. Joya. And we got Raphael. Raphael, Tweet Talk. What's up, Ralph? How are you? All right, Corey, you gotta let me
All right. Who you at? Chas?
Yeah, I'm at Chas. I know Chas is there. What else? What after that?
Samuel K.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle. Chris Morales. Latoya. Dan. Jose. Rock Noxious. Tay. Ashley. Alyssa. Cheating Ass Vidon. Dawn. Jamil. Jamil funny as that. And that's the last one I got is Jamil.
All right, someone repeat who I have here and give a couple more minutes in case somebody else wants to I see somebody you mentioned. Did you say Alyssa? I see Alyssa here.
I did say Alyssa.
Did I get it? I spelled
it wrong.
That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. We good money. We should be good money. Have y'all watched the 1619 project yet?
Not yet.
I heard the pod. I didn't watch the actual doc yet because I gotta I gotta be in the right space for that. Courtney hit me up.
CJ you on here too.
Courtney hit me up a couple weeks ago and asked me did I watch what's the joint she asked me about? And I just told her like, yo, I gotta get like mentally prepared. It was some show on Netflix about like the last slave ship or something.
Oh yeah, The Last of Us. Lorraine.
Not The Last of Us, not the joint on HBO. Unless it's called the same thing. Unless it's called the same thing. But the joint on Netflix about like the last slave ship. You said who? Let me see.
CJ and Lorraine.
Okay. Let me add them on here. But yeah, I gotta be like mentally prepared to get into that because I ain't trying to keep my anger down. I've been watching comedies on Apple Plus. You know what I did finally watch that it's been on there for a long time, but I watched it and I thought it was pretty funny. Was the Upshaws. And the crazy part about that is Upshaws is on Netflix. It's with Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. Like the thing is, in Tootie, living in a big city, I still like Tootie because she got big. No, it's a common bar. But anyway, I thought it was pretty funny, and the funny thing is, shout out to shout out to Erin Jackson, who's my homie. She actually is a writer on that show. That's why I had to support it and watch it. But I really liked it though. So
Yeah,
keep moving. Says I always buy the Galaxy Gears behind, so I got the S20 Ultra with a discount, and it's still better than the iPhone from this year. Sound like Corey?
Cause it's true.
No, I mean, listen, I don't argue. Grand Rising, Grand Biscuits, Jeep, Grand Cherokee, Grand Mercury, Grand Marquis sister.
Grand Marquis.
Yo, hey,
Jamil be wilding, yo.
Hey, Jamil, can I steal that for a second? Because I told you I gotta put a post out because I'm tired of people asking me, is that me coming at their neck?
Oh man.
But I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna say, listen, man, I'm gonna give you credit, man. But I
oh, that is absolutely hilarious.
Hold on. Oh. Cash App this one off. Let's see what the hell this is. What the hell's going on? Somebody sent us a Cash App.
MGM Grand.
Whoa. Pastor Eubanks just sent in $100 and said give 2 people $50 on him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, shout out to our brother, man. Listen, man.
Yo,
shout
man,
out to our brother.
Y'all really be showing the love, man.
All right, so now we giving our normal 50. We're gonna say the big listen, this is Pastor, man. Yo, shout out to Pastor, man. He just literally sent it to me while I'm sitting here talking to y'all. So the first 2 are gonna get 25 apiece. The next 2 are gonna get 50 apiece on the Pastor. Everybody send a shout out to Pastor Antonio Eubanks, who just donated to make the giveaway even better, man. That's our brother, man. And shout out to Pastor because that's our NDC brother. He's live with us in the NDC. Yeah, man, we appreciate you, man. Oh, by the way, Raphael, that was a dope episode you did with because I was just watching it. Let me go back to it because I want to make sure that I say the right name. I always call her Network with Brandy. I always say her full name about her using a card game. So Raphael has his own podcast called a Tweet Talk podcast. Make sure you check that out.
Tweet Talk.
Yeah, which is pretty dope. All right, so Michelle said, I read the book. I'll check out the show. Michelle, I got a new audio book I want to tell you about this week too. I got the Stephen A. Smith joint. So I'm gonna check that out. Because from what I understand, he's like spilling the beans about some personal. Stephen ain't like nobody in his personal life. MGM Grand sister said, Pastor always come through with the blessings, man. Blessings, Pastor.
Actual factuals.
Yeah, thanks, Pastor. I get followed by Jimmy accounts all the time. No one ever tried to clap cheeks. Yo, Ashley, I'm telling you, I apologize for people cloning my account. Every week it's like, yeah, the new boy is going hard. The new boy, I don't know who he is, but this new boy is out of pocket right now. So it happens so much that I stopped putting up posts, but this new dude is really going crazy. So I gotta say something.
He's causing you actual
pain. Yeah, folks yo, this you? And they showing me a screenshot, and he yo, send me a tit pics. And I'm like, yo, that's not me. I'm like, but if you want to send it, never mind.
I don't even play them games in the screenshot era. That's nutty.
Yo, but this is dude.
No, I'm just saying. Dude playing games we don't play, man. We don't play.
Yeah, that ain't me in your inbox doing that. You know what I'm saying?
In the screenshot era, February. That just doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
But if you do want to send them, my email is. I'm joking. All right.
I got a back page for that.
All right, let's get our spin on, yo. Again, first 2, $25 a piece from us. Our normal giveaway. Last 2, man. Shout out to our brother Pat Pass. We love and appreciate you, brother. Man.
Oh man,
that's dope, man. That was dope because no one asked and he just sent it on a humbug. Let's get it though. Here's the first one, $25. Remember, if you win, you gotta send us a message. We want to pay this tonight. The first winner is Rock Noxious for a quarter.
Congratulations, Rock Noxious. Let us know you here. Rock Noxious.
I'm writing this down because I don't want to forget. All right, so Rock Noxious 25. All right, good luck to everybody. Here's our second one. No, another 25. Ooh, it's close. Jamil. Remember, 25 for Jamil. Jamil, remember, you got to send a message. Let us know you're here. All right. Now, these next two are courtesy of our brother Passer. $50 a piece. Good luck to everybody that's left. I'm loving Jamil is crazy, man.
Yo, he wild out, man.
Jamil, let me find out that you over here stole my page, bro. Say it ain't so, man. You say it ain't so, man. Pass, you already know what it is, brother, man. We definitely appreciate you. But these are
all love, man.
On the legend, Pastor Eubanks. This is all on him, man. You know, we love the giveaways and, you know, help out the community, man. So remember, these next two is on Pastor, but let's go. Good luck to everybody that is left. Let's see who is first. Oh,
Chris
Morales. Chris, shoot me the message. And thank Pastor Eubanks, man. This is coming from the pastor, man. We got to make sure, you know, when you get it, you shot Pastor out. Let me write his name down too. Chris with the 50 spot. Dope. Yeah, so he says, miss my DC in December due to a blizzard. This definitely comes in handy. Shout out to Pastor. All right, so here's the last one. $50. This is from Pastor Eubanks. And by the way, Pastor Chris said he appreciates you and says thank you. Chris, don't forget to shoot me the message. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be like Michelle, dog. When Michelle win, Michelle sent me the joint before we even hang up.
When the ing bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, as soon as that joint stopped, Michelle, he be like, bing. So anyway, all right, so let's get our last spin. Appreciate everybody here. Good luck to everybody. And this is the last one, courtesy of our brother, the pastor. Ooh, it's close. Oh, Ashley with the
my tour mentor, Ash.
Hey, Ashley, shoot me an inbox. And remember to shoot to the right one. I know all of my clones follow you, so make sure you send it to my page and not the Grand Rising pages. That's not me. But you know, congratulations to everybody. We appreciate y'all as always. For those that are in the MDC, right? Sunday is class. Don't forget. You said so. Everybody send a shout to Pastor, man. That's dope, man. Pastor, we appreciate you, real. Dan said he got to find something out. The wheel algorithm is off. Don and I haven't won in months. But if you're in MDC, Sunday is class. Again, we got more stuff coming. The dividends class will be back there soon that Pastor and Jay did, so you'll have access to that. And the MDC is growing, man. We really are reinvesting everything back into making the MDC special. So MDC for us is not really about making any money. It's about reinvesting to make the experience better. So you'll see better things coming from the MDC as the year goes on, man. So salute to everybody that's in the MDC. For those that aren't, that still kick it with us every Friday, we appreciate you. We back here next Friday. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, you know what I mean? And if anybody getting inboxed by them clowns, that's not me. I won't be held responsible for any of that. But God bless y'all, man. Y'all please do me a favor, stay safe out there. And for you Niners fans, man, I'm just gonna say sorry. Make sure y'all
same energy.
Just make sure you back next Friday. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Go Birds, and we love y'all, man. Be safe out there. Peace.